How's it going, everyone? Mike here. Merch by Amazon sales update. It's June 29th. We're one day away from the end of the month. And let's look at these numbers. The week on its own has probably been the worst week in, if I had to guess, about 4 months. If we're looking at the week on its own. So the last, for example, 7 days, starting last Wednesday. And this is today. I'm recording this first thing in the morning, and it's actually been a much better day so far than a lot of days over the last couple of weeks, even until late afternoon. So the week on its own, just horrible, because I was just getting used to double-digit days. I was transitioning from the 8,000 to the 20,000 tier. Starting in February and March, I was listing a lot more products, and then the new system came in, and as you can see here, I've been listing products every single day. So I was really getting used to 10 sales a day, and I'm just talking about the U.S. market. And then and then this happened again. Looking at the week and the days, I have to admit, horrible. But the monthly numbers are looking a little brighter, a little better, right? So 206 this month so far, and again, we have today and tomorrow, and last month 197. So far, I've already beat the month, and royalties are about $100 more already than last month. Again, just the US market. So as you can see here, this is turning out to be one of the better months. I guess best, well, it would be probably right smack in the middle, because I'm assuming it's going to beat December. And it probably won't reach November, January, and March. So there's that positivity. But looking at it overall, this kind of stuff is really disappointing. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I've noticed ever since I started using Merch Informer. There's a lot of cool little tools there that you can use, and I'm slowly deciding. I've convinced myself, and I'm going to decide to kind of change this system a little bit. I'll talk about that in a bit. Let's look at some of the international numbers and numbers across all the marketplaces. So this, I just want to make sure that this is the previous month. So we're looking at this is May. 227 was my total. 227, 206 here US, and then let's look at this month so far. So again, I've beat last month on both fronts, the US market and then the overall total across all the marketplaces. So that's good. But again, I am not impressed. I don't have that real confidence that all of this work is actually coming into play. I am very patient. I'm a patient guy, and I am going to give it time. But again, the number of products that I'm listing, and again, the number of designs is very low. We still have to, I'm going to do the math again. I've done this before, where people are saying, hey, 20,000 products, right? So let's say that it is 20,000 products since I got tiered up. So 20,000 products divided by 64, which is the total number of products across all the marketplaces. I've only uploaded 312 designs. So I really have to get out of that kind of like mindset where I'm saying, or not saying, concentrating on 20,000 products, because if that was still such a big deal, we would not be allowed to, at least at a tier 20,000, to list 1.5 million products. So these numbers are still, it's still an adjustment. So this is a very low number of designs. I could easily, I guess, list 10,000 products and 10,000 different designs, because I can just only list standard t-shirts. But my strategy is a little different, because I actually want to have every single design on every single product, because I'm thinking long term. maybe that's the wrong strategy right now, because for example, if I ever do get tiered up to 100,000, I will have that flexibility later on. So maybe the good strategy would be to concentrate on only, t-shirts still, and certain markets like the US or I don't know, right? I'm just thinking out loud here. But what I'm trying to say is I did expect a little more action from all of these products. Now let's get into that. And this is where Merch Informer comes in. As I'm now doing research and looking at my bestsellers, for example, from 2018, 2019, products, for example, that have all of a sudden just stopped selling. When I look at some of those designs through some of the tools on Merch Informer, my designs are not even showing up when I'm using the most important keywords that would describe that product. So designs, for example, that would have been definitely placed on page 1, page 2 of the search results are now not even showing up. And there are so many copycats, for example, so many other designs that you can see that are clear copies of what I had. There's a couple of niches where I felt like I was one of the first ones in it, and the sales were incredible again a couple of years ago, but they're not there anymore. And there's so many products with either slight changes or incredible improvements from my designs that are now being put in front of the customers. So, and the other thing that I've noticed, overwhelmingly people are listing products at what I consider extremely low prices. So again, the question is, I'm asking myself this question, right? I'm sure you guys are asking this to yourselves too. Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of this? Is this fun, or are we here to make money? Of course, we're here to make money, right? You want to make money. So here's a question: do I want to list my product for $15.99 and make $1 from a t-shirt in hopes that I'm going to sell 4 times more? Or do I want to list it at $19.99 and sell 4 times less, but make the same amount of money? Would the lower price generate 4 or 5 times more sales? There are a lot of things, because as I was searching through certain niches and looking at even my competition and products, I have a lot of designs, for example, that are, in my opinion, even better than what's on page 1. Some of the best sellers, some of the products that are that have the Amazon's Choice tag, right? And I look at the designs, compare them, and it's like, okay, for me at least, it looks like my designs are a little more put together, nicer graphic, all that kind of stuff, a lot of the same terminology, but I'm not going to list it for, like I said, $15.99. But should I? Like that's what I'm kind of trying to get at. So there are definitely a lot of questions, and a couple of things that I've really kind of now pretty much decided to do is to concentrate on pricing, and I'm going to be listing my products, at least initially, at lower prices. So I'm even thinking as low as maybe $16.99, $17.99. I'll see. I haven't decided on that yet, because I want to test. And again, it's going to be kind of like a test, and I'm going to give it a couple of months. I want to see if I list, another 10,000 products, which would be 150 designs, or maybe another 20,000 products at much lower prices. Will that actually change these results? And that's the question, right? Because right now, I'm not feeling that kind of huge push behind the overall work, right? It has not generated, and again, all of this is not based on any kind of information, right? It's kind of like the feeling, and our feelings are usually wrong when it comes to any kind of prediction on what the customers are going to do, or where we should be at a certain time, right? The positives are that my sales are increasing, and they're staying where they started in November, right? They're staying around, they haven't dipped to 86 or to 90 or anything like that, right? They're definitely above every single month in 2020, and then going all the way back to like April or May of 2019. So these are the best sales in the last 2 years, without a doubt. So that's great. The opportunity that we have with listing so many products is there. So, and again, I'm taking advantage of this every single day. So that's also there. But then again, I look at this and I'm starting to ask questions, right? And especially, like I said, having certain tools now and keep in mind, I'm going to flash this here again. I haven't used any tools until I think I got Merch Titans Automation. I think it was February or January. I can't remember, around this time. And just now I got Merch Informer. I'm also paying for Merch Canva, which is the tool that you probably you would use for scaling your designs. And this is what I was talking about, like, for example, changing certain numbers or names, or it could be for certain cities, like whatever, right? And where you want to take one design and turn it into 100 different ones, because like that's kind of the part of the strategy. You want to have those evergreens up posted and live. So basically what's going through my mind are a couple of things. I want to keep listing the evergreens, without a doubt. Like, I definitely don't want to stop that. I want to have a shirt on Amazon for every single holiday, for every single birthday celebration, for every single, like, absolutely anything that you can think of that's kind of like very generic, like I said, evergreen, that people will be buying, not every single day, but like every single day, every single month, year, for the next 100 years. So I definitely want those products up there. But then I also want to experiment with certain things. And it's so funny because, again, using the certain tools on Merch Informer, there are so many products with exactly the same keywords and niches and kind of categories, and I've kind of fallen into that trap. And what I want to do with this information now is make it a little different. So I'm just going to give you an example. I'm coming up with this, right? This is not one of the examples that I look for. But if let's say we're talking about a T-shirt where it's July. I did a video on July 4th yesterday. So if we're talking about July 4th designs, and this is kind of like the U.S. American flag, the whole theme, all that kind of stuff. Not only are there like 1 million designs out there, but there's probably like 100 or 200 that continuously sell. But the other 100,000 that are listed all use similar or same keywords. And this is where I want to try to be a little different, because I want to, part of my new strategy is going to be, of course, kind of target that, but just change it slightly a bit so that your designs start showing up not as part of the 100,000 designs that are very similar, but maybe just a smaller group, right? So and this is the same if it's like a gift for a nurse or a police officer or whatever, right? There are so many of those designs up there. I still want my designs up there, but I want to kind of try to separate from the herd a little bit. And again, that, like I said, that's what I'm going to do over the next couple of months. My mind has also started, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but has started wandering about now Q4, right? So we're in July in 2 days, and then what do we have? August, September, and there we are. And those, so in about 2-3 months from now, we're going to be in the busiest, most profitable months of the year, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And I want to prime. I want to get my account ready because again, of this opportunity. And then the question is, out of the 20,000 allowed designs that I have, and I'm being careful with the wording here, I'm talking about designs, not products. Out of the 20,000 designs, because I'm in tier 20,000, I have about 3,500 right now. That means that I have about, what's the math here, 16,000 plus designs that I can put on products. So do I take that approach and before Q4, over the next couple of months, just really pump out new designs on 10,000 10,000 new designs on maybe like 20,000 products, because that would help me keep up with my daily limits, but it would get the number of designs up incredibly faster than what I'm doing right now. Or do I just continue and see where this progresses? Because maybe I don't worry about this Q4, maybe I worry about next year's Q4, because by next year, I will have had probably like 200,000 products uploaded. A lot of questions to ask. A lot of these tools, when the information comes in, there's a lot to kind of go through and a lot to consider. And these are the questions, for example, that I'm asking myself, a lot of them for the first time, and then some, in a while, where I'm saying, hey man, you probably want to play around with pricing. Like, this is what I've done here. I've experimented. Do I want to do that kind of stuff? Do I want to give this a couple more months? I've also noticed a couple of my products are getting different Amazon choice tags, and Amazon changes the actual tag itself on daily basis. So even they're playing with certain things. So for example, if they, this was with pop sockets, there's a couple of pop sockets that they've been labeling different things almost on daily basis. And if they say, again, this is not the exact terminology, but I'm just using it as an example. If they say red pop socket, or if they say pop socket with red design, and that's the actual term, I noticed that my sales are completely different. So there's so many things that go into all of this kind of prep planning, and again, there's just so much work to be done. I'm still, my mood overall has always been very optimistic. I love this platform. I've been a lot more active on eBay right now. I've gone completely 100% print on demand as well, integration through Printful. So there's a lot going on. What's nice to see is this, again, this month, this is going to be even bigger. So, more than $100, and overall, probably I've earned about $200 to $300 more than last month. So again, there's a lot happening. So overall, terrible week. This is a sales update video. Terrible week. Good month. Much better than expected. And that's where we are. So again, let me know how you guys are doing. I'm very curious. Is there anybody that's in a higher tier or a lower tier that's listed, 10, 20,000 products and seen absolutely no change, or maybe seen a huge change? Are you listing a design to every single product, or are you taking that different approach that I talked about, where you're still only listing t-shirts or maybe tank tops and things like that? Let me know. I'm curious. I want to learn. I hope you guys are learning from me as well. The only thing I want to say is, keep listing. Let's stay in this, and the next couple of months should be very exciting before we get to September, October, and definitely November and December. For now, I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.